right, I'm Cole. Trevor and I will be arguing that universities should discontinue the requirement for general education classes. So our first claim for inherency, the main claim is general education classes are ineffective at providing a well-rounded education, therefore it's wasting students' time and money. For our first secondary claim, with our current GE system, students already graduate with a pathetically weak understanding of our history, government institutions, and our economy. There was actually a study by ISI's Civic Literacy Program. They developed a 60-question multiple choice exam covering basic knowledge of those areas. And the exam was given to a large number of college freshmen and seniors. And most of the freshmen failed the exam, but also the seniors did as well. The average score on the American Civic Literacy exam for those who ended their formal education with a bachelor's degree is 57%, which is an F, which is only 13% higher than the average score earned by those who only hold a high school diploma. The second secondary claim would be that very few colleges have curricular requirements that come close to ensuring that their students receive a solid general education. The American Council of Trustees and Alumni, they have a report called the What Will They Learn, where they survey over 1,100 colleges annually, and they determine whether or not their general education programs are, well, they basically give them a grade, A through F on an A through F scale, based on whether an institution requires the 7 core subjects. According to this year's survey, just 2.2% of schools merited an A grade, which is 6 or 7 out of the 7 requirements. 31% with a B, 31% with a C, 24% with a D, and 11.5% with an F. So for the 9th year in a row, more than 66% of the colleges that were surveyed, including Cal Poly Pomona, only require 3 or fewer core subjects, meaning that they score a C or below. And the way they do that, I know Cal Poly has more than 3 requirements, but because of how broad a lot of the classes are that can cover it, they don't count towards that specific requirement. For our another secondary claim for that would be that many general education classes are taught in a biased manner, which takes away from their educational value. There are little to no standardized tests or ways to confirm that teachers are teaching the required material. They can blatantly place their own opinions into the coursework with no repercussions. I've actually personally experienced this in my philosophy class. The teacher basically turns the class into she changes the subject into some sort of like feminist movement, and then she ends up testing us on that as well. So it's a little bit off topic, and no one's there to really see that she does that. So, for our significance claims, the main one would be that general education classes waste students' time and money. Students spend twice as long and twice as much money obtaining their degrees. From the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center, the average length of active enrollment of bachelor's degree earners from 4-year public institutions is 5.2 academic years of full-time equivalent enrollment over a span of 5.6 calendar years. Meanwhile, also, students earning an associate's degree took 3.3 academic years of enrollment on average. Stated by Dr. Acker, a PhD chemistry professor, society really does not believe in the long run in the current system that places such a high premium on general education classes. Educators and institutions tend to rake in the big bucks, however, as long as the practice is continued. And then also, general education classes waste students' time that can be used to focus on major courses. According to Dr. Acker, once again, the material in these classes are either too hard or too easy. Most students don't care, and the other ones that do are usually overbearing and try too hard. To make matters worse, teachers and professors often take these classes too seriously or not seriously enough. Either the class is a complete joke or it is so hard to earn a good grade that it becomes frustrating and painful. And then students already have taken general education classes their entire lives. From kindergarten through high school, students already learn what colleges call general education. An article from study.com states in the early or elementary primary grades, the curriculum usually includes courses in reading, writing, mathematics. It also includes courses in social studies, science, music, art, and or physical education. In high school, the subjects taught might be a little bit more specialized, like algebra, art, history, Latin, orchestra, or biology. And then for our solvency, discontinuing general education requirements would save students time, money, and overall performance of their education. So removing the general education requirements would lower student debt. By cutting out general education requirements, students would remain in school for less time, meaning less money spent on tuition, fees, and rent. From the College Board, average tuition for the 2015 to 2016 school year for a four-year public university was $9,410 for in-state and $34,031 for out-of-state. A four-year private institution was $43,921. Therefore, by attending college for less time, students could save tens of thousands of dollars by the end of college. And the majority of the time, students tend to spend around 2 years during their getting through their requirements for general education.